phone case on the phone, and that blocks the microphone sometimes. All right, so now let's start.
Okay, now let's start. Hey.
Hey everybody, it's John and
Tiffany.
And so you probably know Tiffany better than me from the R.M. Brooks videos because I'm usually not in them too much.
No.
But we're doing this very first live stream, and we didn't start with our microphone so people couldn't hear us. So we'll kind of repeat everything. I'm excited about how many people's online with us, Jody, right now?
185.
185 people watching
Yay,
live. That's great.
neat.
So leave comments. We'll try to answer the ones we can. Jody's going to be reading them there for us. And so to back up just a minute, to find Tiffany on Facebook, we was talking about my YouTube on the Appalachian channel. A lot of people will leave comments to Tiffany there, but she doesn't really have YouTube where she can comment back,
Right.
so she doesn't get to comment on those. But if you can find her Facebook page at RM Brooks with no space between RM and the B, the Brooks. Right. RM Brooks, one word, on Facebook. And there you can leave comments, and she can get to that and answer those.
And
you
I'll
can
answer them.
And if you have questions about wanting to come camp or come visit, you're closed on Sundays and
Wednesdays.
So every now and then I'll talk to somebody that don't realize you're closed on Wednesday. They'll come over on a Wednesday. But so to find her on Facebook, RM Brooks, one word, and we are going to be doing a meet and greet kind of tomorrow. I usually come on Saturdays and film. I start in the mornings about 8:30, 9 o'clock filming, and I just kind of interview people that come to visit, you know, and you talk to some of the people when you're not cooking, but she actually is working a lot of times.
I am.
She's not here just strolling around able to talk to people, because when she's got orders, she stays on the orders and gets them cooked. So, a couple weeks ago you had a car show. You do that twice a year.
Twice a year, the first weekend in May and the first weekend in September. It's the same every year, from 11 to 3, and it's a cruise-in. So we welcome all cars. We have a great time. We had a good turnout. We had 143 cars, most I've ever had. So it was really good.
And we filmed the May event. I did film that. I didn't film the last one because we just done May, and I was kind of tired. So we just came and visited with people.
And it's
we
hard.
We were here most of that day, and we just walked around and just enjoyed ourselves and talked to some of the viewers and different things, and really didn't film a whole lot that day. But Rugby is a very interesting place with the village, the historic village of Rugby. So people that want to come visit the store, especially on a Saturday. I think they're open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the village.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Are they open on Sundays?
They're open on Sunday.
Because I wasn't for sure on Sundays.
Right.
But that's seasonal though, probably.
They'll close down in December and then reopen in March.
Okay.
And so it was founded by Thomas Hughes. It's just a small little village. You're actually in Rugby when you're at the store, but when you go down the road to the historical side, it's rich in history. The library is amazing, but Thomas Hughes founded it. He was the second son, come over here to create a utopia, and it had some different things and challenges. And then I think it's in the 60s, Brian Stagg came back, took very much of an interest in it, and started rebuilding, it, and it's a nonprofit, and it's neat. It's quaint. It's got great hiking trails, rich in history, a lot of fun things going on.
Except on Sundays, Tiffany's not open.
Not open.
So if you come on Sunday, you're not going to get to come to see the store. So you want to come on a Thursday, Friday, or Saturday for sure. Because if you come to Rugby, you got to come to R.M. Brooks' store. I've got several videos I've done a few years ago in Rugby of the library and Thomas Hughes' house, and I think the print shop, the print works is what they call it. It's really neat. So you can just search Rugby on our channel, and those videos should come up there on YouTube, and I think on Facebook maybe also there's some. But tomorrow we're going to be here filming. Tomorrow's the 16th of September.
Right.
Because this video will be on here for a while. So we're going to be filming tomorrow all day, and Jody and I will be here, and Ricky Wright's coming.
I know, I'm excited. He's
Ricky-
painted a door, and it's got a bologna sandwich on it. So.
Yes, he painted that a while back, and we
Yes.
actually filmed that back probably 3 or 4 months ago over in Jamestown, where he was painting that at the Junkman's. So he's supposed to bring that tomorrow, and Ricky will be here all day if you want to come out and meet Ricky. He's not going to be painting anything here tomorrow, but he might bring a few prints that he's done. He drew a picture of the store.
Yes.
And so he'll probably bring some of those tomorrow. And Ricky's just a great guy. He
is.
He loves meeting the people, and he painted a door for some people from Wisconsin. Jim James, I think is how they pronounce Jim and Bonnie. Anyways, they might be watching, but their last name is Jody. Are you listening?
Yeah.
What's Jim and Bonnie's last name? James.
James.
So-
Jaynes.
Well, he painted a door for them. We met them here that Saturday morning during the 127 sale. We came here and filmed that morning. Then we headed to Ricky's.
Tiffany's microphone higher.
A little higher.
Can you hear me better now?
So Ricky, Jim and Bonnie went with us and spent the whole day with us that day filming. We was here and we filmed them here. We went to Ricky's and they got a door from Ricky painted.
I remember that couple.
And then they went with us to Muddy Pond, down to the Gunthers.
Yes.
And that's only about 45 minutes from here. So if you come to here, there's a lot of places to see. You're going to want to go see the Gunthers, their store. And 3 days a week right now at the sorghum mill, they're making sorghum, and I think through October. But you got to check on the days to make sure they cut the sorghum one day out in the field, and then they take that juice, and the next day they make the sorghum. And we'll be there on Tuesday.
Wow.
Filming.
Next week?
Yeah, next week on Tuesday. They're going to be making sorghum on Tuesday. And Mark Gunther, the one that you've seen in the videos with us, he will be there. He's not there on the weekends. A lot of people will go on a Saturday and think Mark will be there, but Mark always does the Cades Cove.
Right.
Over at Cades Cove, they set up and do the demonstrations, and they've done that for over 30 years.
Oh,
Mark
wow.
has. They've done Pigeon Forge, the Dollywood for many years. He travels year round. Even in the wintertime, he's in Florida doing their
Wow.
fires down there. So they're a busy family. They see Mark and his wife. They travel. I think her name's Sherry, and they travel every weekend somewhere and set up. Then they make sorghum
Wow.
through the week, and so they take their mules and travel. But we'll be there on Tuesday, so you can go and come out and visit the area tomorrow and even through the weekend. We'll be there Tuesday. But I'm going to let Tiffany talk just a minute about all the different people that's contacted her and sent her different things. So go ahead.
And Holly was in here the other day.
Oh, was she?
She had called me and we talked about her doing a little rat card, and I actually give a rat card out tonight. She did it.
What's that?
It's
Explain.
a little informational. So because
A
every time
rat card. A
rat card
that you put in the racks for tourists
And
type
so
stuff.
she got to
Yeah.
come out, and I got some sorghum from her the other day, and so yeah, so we got to visit for a few minutes. So it was good to see her. I hadn't seen her since the meet and greet the last time.
Yeah, and she'll be there Tuesday also. She's not at the store every day. The family kind of breaks up. One will work one day, another work another day. So Holly's not always there, and you see her and Mark. But on Tuesday, Mark and Holly will be at the sorghum mill making sorghum. So we want you to come out to that. And but tomorrow, if you're not too far out, we'll be here all the way to 5 o'clock. And if you
Yep.
stick around to 5 o'clock, we usually do a closing out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And tell everybody bye, so you can get to be in the video there at 5 o'clock. Once they close the grill down and the girls can come outside, we'll go out and kind of do the closing for the video that we filmed that day.
Right. Well, I'm excited. I'm excited for everybody to come tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
It'll be a good day.
it's beautiful weather too. I think it might rain just a little bit, but it's not going to be long, and if it does rain, we can come inside. So, or on the porches. You got 2 porches. That's really nice.
Yes,
So,
yes. So I was gonna say, Junkman's probably not watching this tonight, is he?
I don't know. He probably will watch it, but he won't be here tomorrow. He's got to work on something, he said.
Well, I was going to tell him, Junkman, I bought a new shirt right here so you could see it, especially for you. It's different, but it's fall. It's fall. So
And wait. A lot of people
it's
don't
fall
know.
color. Well,
A lot of people don't know what you're talking about.
So Junkman called me out because I wore the same shirt twice. The first time I'd ever met him, he said, "Have you not worn that shirt?"
In another video.
In another video,
Yeah.
and I said, "You don't do ladies like that," and so I'm just letting Junkman know I have a different T-shirt on or a different shirt on tonight.
Yeah.
So we're excited. Come out and see us. Come out and see Ricky. The girls and I will be cooking up tomorrow.
And the local guys will be here.
And the local guys. And today we had a lot of locals in here today. It was a good day today. So yes, hopefully we'll have a lot of locals in the morning. And I've got to put their reserve signs out for breakfast in the morning. So anyway, we're excited.
It's
Excited
it's a lot of work running a restaurant and a store like this.
It is.
I know that you're usually working after hours, getting ready, especially for Saturdays or the shows or different events. And
I've got some really good help. Mimi has been making pies for me, and I've got a little bit of work to do tonight, only because I left a little early this evening and said I'd come back. But I've got good help, and so they are making things very easy. Where I don't have a lot of late nights anymore, so that's good. So, but I just wanted to thank everybody. John said I could take this opportunity for those people that have been praying for me, and I've got tons of people that have sent me messages, cards, things in the mail. So I just wanted to express my heart thanks for sending those. I know I can feel the prayers, and they're much appreciated. So I just wanted to say thank you to everybody.
yes, and thanks to everybody that's left hundreds and hundreds of comments on the video that she talked about when Gary passed away. And Gary had been sick for some years, and that's one of the reasons you didn't see him in the videos. He wasn't here. Maybe if he did make it in, it wasn't but for just a few minutes, and then he was back.
So he had dealt with cancer for 15 years, and actually is really a miracle. And he, like you said, when he wasn't sick, he had his own thing he was doing, and he was here, and he built this room on that we're sitting in, and done a lot of really good things. But he just wasn't big on the videos, and then especially the last year and a half, he just wasn't well, and so. But he lived a long time, and God was good to us. So. Yeah.
Yeah. Was it his idea to do the car shows originally, or how did that start?
It was. So this year I did a dash plaque in memory of him, and put his gasser. He had a car that, it's actually the reason why I let people or have people play a little bit out in the parking lot. Gary had a gasser, and people would come from all over to see that gasser. And so yes, so it was originally his idea to do the car shows. And, he had a passion for old cars. And so I just cooked up the food and made sure I was here. So we have a great band. I think Hollerback people love the music. And I would genuinely hope, and I think that people come here and they have good, wholesome family fun. And hopefully it'll just continue to grow. My girls love it. We love hearing the band. We love seeing everybody. And every year, every time I do it, I think we'll hopefully master it a little bit better.
Well, you got more and more people, it seems like. This year they
Yeah.
were backed out into the park, and the line getting food was kind of backed up outside.
I could not transition fast enough from breakfast to lunch. So it's been a couple times ago, we had Tabby out front.
Yeah.
And I was able to cook enough to keep them out there and keep some inside, and so it kind of, and I revised my menu. There's no way I can do a full menu on the cruise-in days, but I could not cook them fast enough. I couldn't get them out there. I mean, I tried, and we kept sending stuff out to Tabby, but it's a challenge to go from breakfast, because I only have one grill that I use, so it's a transition from breakfast to lunch. But I think when people come, I have a little saying, like, if you've come and you're in a hurry and I'm busy, you've come to the wrong house.
This is yeah.
You've come to the wrong house.
This is a place to come and relax and hang out for a few hours.
It
It's
is.
not a fast food place to come and grab something really to just come and go. Especially if you're visiting. The locals probably do come and grab
And I
stuff.
do with the locals. I do try to get their food because I have guys that are coming in here eating,
Working
and they're
and-
working and they're on a lunch. But in general, no, I think I want it to be that atmosphere of relaxing. So, but we would love to see whoever wants to come in May. It's gonna
Well,
be
you
good.
got anything else going on this year? I mean, I'm going to be back filming again in October. So those just want, I'm not for sure we don't have a date set for October yet, but I come about once a month or every 4 to 6 weeks. So we'll be coming back in October, and the weather should be really beautiful for people that want to come camp. And we'll be camping here. We stay out in the campground in our motor home, and we'll be camping. We usually come on a Friday night. It was late getting here today. We had so much going on, but we usually get here on a Friday. And sometimes if I get here early enough, I'll film a little bit on Fridays, but didn't get to tonight. But we're doing a live stream, so I guess that makes up for it.
So I have in the past tried to do a bike event, or I have done a bike event, and I turned it into, the last one I did was a bike day. So any bikers that wanted to come, it was kind of this appreciation. And I pair up with a lady named Miranda, her and Chris run the Scott County Museum, the jail in Scott County, and do a phenomenal job. And so she rides a bike. And both her and I, she was moving, selling a house, buying a house. I had everything going on with Gary. So we talked the other night. So we have decided to wait. I'm a firm believer if I can't do something well, then I just don't need to do it at all. So we will not be doing a bike event this year, but we have one scheduled for next year. And so she has this really cool sticker that she actually draws. It's one of a kind. I send them to the printer. She sends them to her girl. So I don't know what Miranda's going to come up with, but I'm super excited. Last year it had a bike on it, and it had the picture of the store and a bike. It was a really neat sticker. So what I do is when those bikes come in, it's just we love on them. They get a sticker. I mean, we'll bless the bikes, pray over them, whatever. But it's all about bikers that day. I will be planning some events for next year. I'm in the process of telling my son, the youngest one, and then trying to pull them in a little bit. But I have tons of people asking me about music. So it has been something that I've wanted to do. There wasn't enough of me to do it. So I'm hoping to have a calendar of events for next year. And if I can make it happen, then we'll be doing some music here. I don't know how it's going to look yet, but I am going to expand a little bit in my events and see how. So I'll be doing the cruise-ins, and first weekend in May, first weekend in September, and then we'll do the bike event, which I think her and I talked about the first weekend in June, and then I'm going to scatter some music throughout there. I'll tell you something that's fixing to go on though. Here is and I don't have my brochure, but there's a roundabout that my mom is doing.
Oh yeah,
It's a bike
That's
event.
September 30th.
It's the September the 30th, and Hollerback's going to be playing, and you can look up Morgan County Tourism Alliance, or even look up Linda Jones at Gray Gables, and that's going to be a really neat event. They've got a route picked out, and you can ride your bike. And all I know is they're eating here, and the band is playing. So you can look up that. That's
you can
something-
enter to ride the bike, or you can just come visit that day. On the
Exactly.
30th. You don't have to ride a bike. You can
You
come
don't have
see.
to ride a bike.
You can come and hear the band and all that. So that is an event. I forgot about.
Exactly.
I knew there was something coming up, but I couldn't think of it.
Exactly.
Your mom would have been upset if we forgot to mention that.
Right, and Historic Rugby has some things going on also.
Yeah.
If you want to go on historicrugby.org, and they've got a few little things going on September and October. The Lantern Tour. There's some different things.
They
going
do some
on.
stuff for Halloween.
They do some stuff, yeah.
They do some ghost walks and a few things.
And
But that usually sells out. So
Yes, they
you've
do
got to
sell
get
out.
tickets now, or they only take so many.
yeah. So if someone's coming to visit this area, there's some really neat things that'll be going on. The Pumpkin Festival in Allard.
In Allard,
It's going
yeah.
to go on the first weekend in October.
Okay.
It's huge. Thousands of people go there. It's like the largest pumpkin, largest.
One in the area for a long ways,
yeah.
yeah.
There's some really neat. I think there's a concert actually at Brushy Mountain coming up in October.
At the Brushy Mountain Prison. That's a
Brushy
whole nother tourist attraction to go see that's really neat. That we filmed that. I did a video for Morgan County Tourism Alliance, and you can type in Morgan County on my search in my videos, and that'll bring up, and I'll show you a little bit about the prison and some of the other places in Morgan County.
Absolutely. I mean, and I always tell everybody when they come here, like within less than an hour, there's a lot of things to do. And so I don't know if we wanted to go down that road, but I did.
Well, yeah.
So come out tomorrow, and then I'll tell you all the information, or somebody will, about all the great things to do.
One of the things is we don't script anything.
No, we're not.
We don't have nothing wrote down here. We got a map on this table, but it's upside down, so it don't help us.
I tell everybody they're when people have been coming in, and again, people are so wonderful. Like, I think they think when they come in, they say, we feel like we know that it's odd for me. And it is in some, but not in, it's in a good way. And so I'm so humbled that there's so many people. I had a couple yesterday that they were from Virginia. I think I'm telling this right. And apparently the Appalachian Channel and the store kept him company while his wife was in Ireland. So for their 49th anniversary, didn't look like they'd been married 49 years, he wanted to come here, and so they came here. So it's just really neat that people want to come and visit.
Then the 127 cell, did you meet the people from Switzerland?
I did. I think they were in here twice.
They come from the videos. They bought a door from Ricky. And come here. Then I got to meet Doug and Jen from Picker's Paradise. They were up at the Forbes General Store set up selling. So they had a good trip, I believe.
I think I know where I was going with that, because people are like, "It's you," and I say, "This is as real as it's going to get." I said, "You should have been here filming yesterday." Darryl Winningham was in here, and he started kind of fussing because we weren't getting his chocolate shake, and so I kind of scolded him. And then he turns around and sits down. And I said, "You were in a hurry." And there was some other people here. I said, "He's local." I just fuss at him because he's local. So we're not scripted, are we?
We don't script anything. We do kind of do a closing at the end of the day. We kind of say, we'll say bye or whatever. But there's never nothing he wrote down. And tonight when we did this, we just said, we'll sit down and just start talking. Let's check and see if we have any questions that anybody might have asked that we could help answer, Jody?
Well, some people are saying that we need closed caption on here.
Closed caption?
Yes.
It might come up once the video processes and is reposted. Once this live stream's over, it'll progress. So the closed captions, probably because some people don't understand our accent so much, you know?
Oh.
So
Our accent,
yeah, we
got our southern slang.
might be, yeah. So
We have 411 people watching.
right
Wow.
now, 411 people.
Wow,
that's crazy, ain't it?
That is crazy.
And it's a Friday night. This is like the slowest night for YouTube views is Friday night. I guess everybody gets their paycheck and they go out to eat or different things, but we're so excited to have that many people.
That is really, that's neat for our first time. That is really neat.
Well, I just thought we would do this to try and see how it worked, you know, and let people kind of see when you're not so busy. When we're filming, she's usually back there cooking something, and every now and then she'll take a break and get to come outside, especially 2 or 3 o'clock in the day. It slows down a little bit on a Saturday, and she gets to come out and talk to the people a little bit more. But she's usually just cooking.
And I will say this, like through the week lately, Katie has been very good about kind of manning the grill. Because today I got to visit a little bit more. Saturdays just happen to be, they're my busiest days, so it makes it difficult to it takes 2 of us to run that grill. So Katie and I have to, so it makes it more difficult. But I do try to get out and talk to people and visit, and the other girls have been good about doing what I normally do. But I still have to work. Katie and Mimi and them, they do make me clean toilets, and I do have to sweep the floors, and there is certain things that make me do. So.
Yeah, the car show you're so busy. You're cooking. You got hundreds and hundreds of people wanting hamburgers, so she's cooking. So she didn't get to see as many people during the car. So actually, if you come on a Monday or Tuesday, it's a little slower, and you might get a lot of people want to come get pictures with you. And I know some people was disappointed during the car show because they didn't get a picture. You're so busy.
And I think yes.
somebody said, ask Tiffany if she would let John prepare a bologna sandwich.
Would you like to prepare a bologna
Him
sandwich?
I did.
Well,
I can let you do that.
we might do that tomorrow.
Yeah,
We
like
might can
flip
make one
it and then,
cut.
yeah,
We might could do that, yeah.
absolutely.
So that's interesting. I never thought about that, but
Does he cook, Jody?
no.
No.
I grill. I do grill.
Yes, he grills a mean
This
steak.
could be a good training for
Yeah.
him. Like this could be a turning point, Jody.
I'd
Like, we'll put
I'd
in-
rather see you teach Jody how to make that broccoli salad you made.
Oh.
You know, that's really good.
Yeah.
I make that anyway, John.
Well,
You haven't had it.
yeah, well, she's never made it for me that I remember, but we love the broccoli salad that you make, and we've never showed that. Every now and then we'll show her making something. We've not done that in a while, but at some point maybe you can show Jody how to make that broccoli salad.
There you go, Jody. I can teach you that. I just started doing, I don't even know. I think I just felt like I wanted to add a couple things to the menu, and that's not that broccoli salad's really good.
The French fries are good. Everything's good. It doesn't matter
Oh,
what
and
you
I
get.
added onion rings recently
really?
against my, yeah. I added onion rings to the menu.
I
against-
love the cheeseburgers. You believe it or not, I really rarely get a bologna sandwich. We make those a lot at home. I don't usually get one here because we do a lot of bologna sandwiches at home, but I always get either a ribeye steak or a bacon cheeseburger. And for breakfast, I don't know, it's on the menu, I think, omelets.
Mm-hmm.
So a Western omelet with sausage in it is what I've got the last 2 Saturdays I was here. So you actually can come on Saturday and you eat breakfast about 8 or 9 o'clock, stay to lunch, hang out here and eat lunch. And then I usually get a hamburger right before we close. Jody's got another question for us.
Has Bocat, how booked are the RV sites?
For October so October is going to be, we didn't mention this, all the things to do, there's going to be beautiful leaves to see. And
Yes.
you've got Big South Fork Park here.
Yes.
That you can drive through, and so the leaves are going to be beautiful. But so what do you think about October? You got spaces probably open.
So the first weekend in October, I'm booked.
Booked, the first weekend.
The 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. And then I do have availability. It just kind of depends. The next weekends are, I do have spaces in there, but that first weekend I don't have. So if you want to come for the fall leaves, I suggest that you call us and book something.
But if you don't have a motorhome, you can stay with your mom, Tiffany's
Yes.
mom at Gray Gables, just across the street. She's been there for 30 years, and it's an absolute experience, especially when there's other people comes to stay. She's got 10 rooms,
Yes.
and they can be as many as 20 people sometimes there. And you think, well, I don't want to go with a lot of people. No, you do, because that makes part of the experience of meeting the different people. So you got Gray Gables. Gray Gables right across the street, and you also got the Jordan Motel. It's about 25 minutes away, and then in the other direction you've got Oneida that's got motels. So
Yeah. If you and I see Jody's got a question, and also there is things in the area like in historic rugby. There's a different genre of
they've
stuff.
got bed and breakfasts too. I mean,
Kinda, yeah.
You can not breakfast, but you can stay. They got
Yeah.
you can
They
stay in
have
some of the
rooms.
old houses.
You can stay in the Uffington house. There's a Airbnb. There's Perigo house. So there is lodging right here. And like today, there was a couple and they wanted to stay in a hotel, and people want that. So like you said, you have the Jordan this way, and then you have Grand Vista this way, and then you have Gray Gables, which is going to be a full experience.
Completely different experience.
Yeah, but then you also have other things if you
Other-
in historic rugby that
you can stay in.
Yes,
They
you
don't
can stay
cook.
in, yeah.
They
They
don't
don't
do
cook
break-
food.
They don't cook food, but you can come here and eat. So there's a lot of places to stay. When does the leaves peak out here in this area on the Cumberland Plateau?
I don't.
Middle of October?
Maybe middle of October.
So this is the 5th. This is the middle of September. So we'll be coming sometime right around the middle, coming back next month. So
Okay.
we'll let you know exact dates once we look at and see when everything's going to work out for both of us to be here in the middle of October.
Right. Did you have another question?
Well, Donald Person wanted to know if you got the flowers he sent you. He's from Los Angeles. He's from
Yes, I did.
Los Angeles, California.
Yes, thank you very much. They lasted a long time, and I appreciated those. And I got your letter. Thank you so much.
And someone else wants to know if Gray Gables is pet friendly.
She
no,
is not.
It is not. She's allergic.
Yeah.
But there are other places you can check. And now the Jordan Motel is definitely pet friendly. I'm pretty sure they've
They
got
are.
yeah.
And the Grand Vista.
It's a 1953 motel, but have you ever seen the rooms over there? They're really nice. They've went in and you can stay in an actual, looks like 1953. It's a really cool experience. I think her name's Sissy that runs it.
Yes,
And
yes.
her and her husband. So it's been in their family for a long time, I believe. Her dad had it before her.
And I don't know if the Grand Vista's pet friendly, but I know Ivy Cottage in the village is pet friendly. I don't know about anybody else, but I know Ivy Cottage is. I
Okay.
think they have a section that so you can go onto Airbnb with that if you wanted to stay in the village too.
So,
But if you were at Jordan, like in my line of thinking sometimes is like, where are you going? So if you're going to Muddy Pond or you're going to Sergeant York's or you're going to, stay at the Jordan, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because you're
you're in the
already
middle,
over
yeah.
that way.
in the middle of everything.
It makes more sense, yeah. Too.
So, yeah, there's a lot of places to stay, and there's going to be leaves turning. And when I first started the channel, I didn't realize eventually we would be a kind of a travel channel where people watch the places we visit and want to travel and see.
So you were talking about people might want to know this. You said something about the Big South Fork.
Yes.
Which traveling driving through the gorge in the Big South Fork would be amazing during the fall time. But also there's Pickett State Park and there's Frozen Head State Park. So those are two parks that people would want to look up. Both parks I've hiked in them. They have great hiking trails. Frozen Head has some waterfalls. So depending on which direction, they're kind of opposite. But you can also visit those in the fall time here, and it would be great.
If they like to hike, though, you'd never have to leave Rugby. There's so much.
No, I agree with that.
Right here by the store, there's a trail that goes all the way down to the river, and all in Rugby. I forget how many miles of trails they've got.
Exactly.
So you could spend a month hiking, and then
We will fix you up with things to do.
We have over 505 people watching.
Yay! That's good. High five there, John. That's good. And Jody. So, wow, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, it is for a live stream. We've never done this before, and I'm kind of like, well, if we could get 75 or 100, I was going to be happy. So
does anybody else have any questions?
Where's the general store located?
So,
this is what I tell people. A lot of people want to know. The best thing to do is just go to Google. On your Google, type in R.M. Brooks General Store, and it's going to come up. It has a Robbins address.
it does. And there's a reason. So, what it was our mail comes out of Robbins. And they changed it. And a lot of, anyway.
Well, this used to be the post office here at one time.
It did. And so we're in Rugby, Tennessee. But when you pull up I have tons of questions about that recently. But we're not located in Robbins. We're in Rugby. It's just our mail comes out of Robbins. And so that part got changed. And I think it's confusing for people. And I don't know the logistics of why it changed. I don't understand.
The post office, they combine post offices they've shut so many of the smaller post offices. Like this was a post office up until when, the 90s or?
I think so. I don't.
Your grandmother run it, was a postmaster here. So a lot of those general stores was still, doing that all up until the 90s. And that helped the general stores where people would come in to get their mail, then they would buy stuff from the stores. And but one of the things that I like to say is that we just enjoy meeting the people that that come out and watched. And so if you're here and we're filming and you want to be on the video, just hang out and come up and introduce yourself, and we'll let you tell where you're from and all that. So
I had a gentleman and his wife come in today that brought me and I won't get up to go get it, but it's a cigar guitar. And I actually took a video of him. It's really neat. And he sang Amazing Grace. His name was Jim, and from Bristol, Virginia. Really nice couple. And anyway, so that was crazy. That
brought you a gift.
Brought me a gift, and it was a guitar. And it was, like I said, it was
made out of a cigar?
I can get it. Can
Go
I get
get
up?
it.
I'm going to get up and get it.
We've got to see this. It's just over here, it looks like. But yeah, if you have any comments, leave them. If we don't get to them tonight, we'll try to get to them next few days and answer them.
Is that not?
It's made out of a
It's made out of a cigar box.
I thought it was like I was a little confused. I'm glad
cigar.
you brought it.
Did I say that? I said cigar.
You said,
and
yeah,
it's electric, actually. But when you said there's so many neat people, I mean, there's so many neat people that I get to meet, and just
And
their
he made
stories.
this?
He made that, and that's what he does. And His name is Jim Webster, and but the reason I brought it up is I have had tons of people that are just from all over, so nice, and I'm just so grateful that they would want to come visit here and just, I mean, spend their vacation. Some people have just made this completely their destination, and so for me, it's a neat experience, and I'm humbled that people even want to even come here. So I told somebody the other day, I said, I love what I do, and that makes a difference. You know, there's days that things are hard, but I'm sure like you filming, you love what you do.
Oh yeah,
And
we love it. And we got a new slogan, Tiffany. I showed you. We got a new T-shirt coming out next week. I'll have a few of the Raglans here tomorrow that we can sell with our new logo on it. But we've got a new a slogan that says "Discover the Simple Life" on the Appalachian channel, because all of our videos are about the simple things in life, you know,
Right.
the small towns and Morgan County. To come here where you're at, in Fentress County and the surrounding counties, Scott County, it's just a slower pace of life.
It is.
And Morgan County has, I think, we talked about this before on another video, 2 or 3 red lights total for the whole county. There's none in the Rugby area. There's a few stop signs, but so if you want to come where there's not any traffic jams and lines backed up to get into places and all that, you can come to and discover the simple life here in the Cumberland Plateau.
Yeah, and Morgan County is a big county. It's a big county.
You're on the northern
I'm on
tip
the northern tip of Morgan County.
And then we've made videos at the historic Tanner Cafe in Morgan
Yes.
County. That's another place to visit.
Yes.
Doesn't have Tiffany there, but they have good food. Tiffany makes this store come to life with her personality. So she's a big reason that the videos has been so successful is because she's an outstanding personality. You've just got an outgoing personality and
Thank
friendly. And some of the places we visit have some really neat stores, but not so much, you know, they're not that outgoing like you are. So, but yeah, when we first started doing videos in 2021, it was like 2 months after I first started posting videos for the Appalachian channel that I found your store. Was actually heading to Alvin C. York Park, which is really neat to see that not far from here. And you might have saw the movie called Sergeant York. It's based on a true story about a World War I hero from here in Tennessee. But we went there on a Sunday, Jody and I traveled, and I said, let's go up there, that might be something to film. And then we drove by the store and found it and it was closed. And I left a card on the door, then I called back maybe on Monday the next day, and you'd got the card. So that's how we got started.
Yeah, and I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Like I
it's
said,
been fun, and but once again, the best thing about it is the meeting the people that come out.
It
you
is.
know that,
It is.
and the comments that y'all leave.
and if you do come, and I think there was a young lady at the cruising that I got to see her briefly. Like she was like, I'm so excited I'm here. And I never got to see her. But honestly, my personality, like that night when I finally made it home, I was like, I didn't get to talk to that young lady. I don't know who she is. So if you do come and I can't, it has nothing to do. Like I want to see and talk to everybody. And the girls and I, Mimi's really good and they recognize, but there's just some days that we had a big group the other day, 38 people, and we had our normal people, our normal
Got a bus
lunch.
come through.
Yeah, and so it was hard. I did at the end get to talk. So please know that if you come and I don't get to personally talk to you, my heart, anyway.
That's what I said. Mondays and Tuesdays and Thursdays is a little slower. Then the weekends gets a little busier. So
Yeah,
if
Friday and Saturday can be a little bit busy, but Saturday can be really busy.
So let me ask you this question.
Yes.
When was the first time somebody wanted your picture taken with you after we started doing the videos? How many videos have we had out before somebody come by and want their picture with you?
I don't remember, but it's like a new experience every time. It's like, can we take our picture? And I'm like, yeah. And it's still very surreal to me, and I'm humbled because, like I said, I do make a funny. I'm just a girl that wants to get her hair did every 5 or 6 weeks, and I just want to pay my bills. So I'm real, So when people wanting to take their pictures with me, I'm kind of like, okay. But I think it's I'm honored. I genuinely am, and all the girls that work for me, we love the Lord. So our heart is to spread the love of Jesus, and to, you know, if somebody needs prayer, we want to pray, encouragement, whatever that needs to look like. So that's why we're here, and that's been my heartbeat from the beginning. So I owe you a big thank you, because I often tell people, like, when you wanted to come here and you wanted to film, I knew your heart was to show the Appalachia, and my heart was to be about Jesus. Not that you know what I'm saying. And I said, that was my thing. You can film, but you know, don't edit that. And that's been important. And so people are just, they're so good. People are good. And there's good. You know, I hear that a lot too. And maybe we're jaded in this area where things are not as fast paced, but just the genuine people are good.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
people-
And so I love seeing that part where there's still good in the world. You know, there's
But
still.
I think people really, I get so many comments when they see you praying for somebody that's come here, you know, and a lot of people don't realize, they think that you. I had a comment one day that kind of led to, like, well, people just show up and Tiffany just prays for them. No, they come here to get prayed for by Tiffany. They're like, somebody said, well, he looked like he didn't want to get prayed for. No, he came here specifically to get prayed for. So when they come here and ask to get prayed for, we ask them if it's okay if we film it. So we don't, and sometimes they, you know, it might be something they don't want filmed and we don't film it. But so yeah, when people have kind of like ministry, I guess. People seen you praying for other people, and now they're coming. So
Yeah.
that's really neat. People really, I think, appreciate seeing a business that still, you know, serves the Lord and
Yeah,
will pray for
absolutely.
people and take time for that. Sometimes it takes her a minute to get done cooking on the grill, but she gets out here and she'll pray
Yeah.
for them. And we always ask them about that a lot, you know, make sure they're okay with it. And if it's more of a private situation, we don't film it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So we don't know if it's going to happen or not. It's not something we set up. You know, if somebody
No.
shows up and we just film what from the morning. A lot of times from the time they open up and time we close, and I'll take a break for lunch and take a break and go charge batteries on the phone or something. But we'll be here all day tomorrow,
Yes.
and we'll hope to see as many people that'll come out. If you got a couple-hour drive, 3-hour drive, you can still get here because we're going to be here from 9, what is it open in the morning? 9?
I open at 8:30.
8:30 in the morning till 5. So come out, be on the video with us.
We'd love that. Yeah.
Get a picture with Tiffany. I have to pay people to take pictures of me.
Oh no, never, never.
But we will have a good day, I believe. And got a
Yes.
question?
Brenda Hall asked, she said, traveling from Chattanooga, what is the best route?
GPS would tell you, but you're going to come up Interstate 75, then hit 40 over to Crossville maybe. But GPS will tell you.
I like coming up 27,
Up 27?
all the way up. That's.
Does it run to, it runs into Chattanooga, don't it?
I think so.
27?
Does it?
I think it
Maybe I
does.
should just keep my mouth shut. I think
27
so.
or 127, or they 127, 27
127
maybe,
and
they meet.
27 meet, so
Yeah.
you can come through Pikeville, Crossville. Personally, I would not come up Pikeville. If it'll try to take you to Pikeville like that way, because they've got all that construction going on through Crossville.
Yeah, on 127 there's some construction
Yeah.
going on, but I always use GPS, and sometimes I get mad at GPS because it will take me a different route that I wanted to go. But I'll Google 2 or 3 different maps, Apple Maps and Waves, and Google and see what they all say and the distance, and then go from there. But from Chattanooga, you're about what, 2 hours?
2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, if you leave in the morning, you'd be here in time to have lunch and stay the rest of the day till we
Yeah.
close.
Do we have any other questions? No.
Well, how many people we got on there now? We'll get ready to close.
176.
576. Man.
Wow. Wow.
We're going to stop because Tiffany's got more work to do tonight.
Yes.
She's got to get stuff ready for in the morning, and so we just want to let you know Ricky will be here. Ricky Wright, the old school sign painter, he's going to be here tomorrow. You can get your picture made with Ricky and buy a print from him. We'll have a few T-shirts, and I'll have a few prints maybe to sell tomorrow. But our main T-shirts, we'll have a website for that in the next week or so. We're having T-shirts printed. So finally, after 2.5 years,
And they're neat. They're really neat T-shirts.
yeah, the design's great. It was designed by a guy named Gary Rohn, Garryrone, and I forget the state. He's from out west. He contacted me a few weeks ago, and that's what he does is design T-shirts. And he made us a country store on there. And I just had him put general store. He wanted to do one of the stores, and I'm like, if I do one, then somebody else is going to get mad at me about I didn't do their store. So we just put general store, and I took parts of everybody's different stores I've been to and kind of put on there. And so we'll have those coming up. You'll see another video on that next week. And we've got we've got some raglans tomorrow. The women love the 3/4 sleeve raglans. We have some of those made up already that we make ourselves.
I'm gonna have to get me one of those.
Yeah, we're gonna give you one.
Yay!
So we got 3/4 sleeve raglans we'll have tomorrow, and then we've got some a few art prints that I've done, and we've got an art print of our new logo design for the T-shirts that says "Discover the Simple Life," the Appalachian Channel. So there's a lot going on, and if it does rain, don't worry, come on, because
Yes.
we'll be inside or on the porches, and the rain sounds good on the tin roof, and so it don't matter, we have fun.
We do have fun, so we look forward to it. So.
Well, we're going to get ready to say bye. Jody, can you get ready to shut the stream off on the phone, or how do we do that? All right, we're going to say